So I don't know if you know this, but when you have poetry and you add music, that's a song. Um, and it's actually pretty amazing that God in Holy Scripture has actually given us a book of songs. So for people that are like, like music is cool, but that belongs to the devil or whatever, that's just simply not the case. Like even whatever that is, God is author of it as well, even to the extremes. But digression. The point here being that when we put poetry together and when we put music together, we have a song. And the book of Psalms, or the book of songs, which is the Psalms in the scriptures, is a really cool place to actually look. And it would be great if there was an actually, and there probably is, I just am not aware of it, a music score for all of those songs, because that would be the right way of actually, I think, experiencing them. But again, another digression, because I love talking about this stuff. But I want you to think about it in regard to poetry. And there's so much for in the world of poetry, so many ways to write. Something where it has a rhyming structure, something where it doesn't have rhyming structure, something where it's just scrambled, postmodernist, which that stuff is actually pretty fun. It is a great way to be creative, but not a good way to live. If you're interested in postmodernism or the postmodernist writers, they were definitely an influence to me. You can have very florid poetry, very archaic stuff. You can have stuff that is very basic, no matter what the form. And it is important to learn those forms and dive deep into it. And thank God for Miss Wiggins, because she taught us a lot. But it's also very important to understand the many approaches to music as well, and why we would have a certain combination of one approach of poetry and one approach of music, and how we would play our chord progressions. If there are no chord progressions, what kind of instruments we're going to use. Is it like a really big arrangement? Is it one that's small? You can see how like this can go all over the place. One thing that keeps it simple for me, at least for starters, and Lord willing, simple for you, is that whatever we do with our song is we want to make sure that the words and the music, as far as I'm concerned, are communicating the meaning of that song, whatever it is. If it's an angry song, let's have some angry lyrics and let's have some angry music. If it's a super happy song, let's have really, really happy lyrics and really, really happy music. Now you can, I'm sure that you're already getting the thoughts in your head, but what if you flip that? Yes. And sometimes we can actually do that where it's called counterpuntal. You can have counterpuntal movement with music, tones going down and tones going up. But you can also have like a scene where, you might be talking about something that's like really, really happy, but the music is super, super sad. So there's that bittersweetness as well. Or it could be the opposite. It's like, it's a super, super sad topic, but the music sounds happy, and that's communicating something else. We get back to the fundamental. It's communication. Whatever you're communicating, just make sure that with your lyrics and your music, or I should say your poetry, lyrics, and your music, that it's communicating what you're trying to get across. Unless your way of communicating is to not communicate, and then that would still be like communicating, right? You get it. No matter what we do, let's make sure that we're keeping it simple, it's fun, and if you want to, is you can go into further depth by like studying specific song structures, specific poets that you might really, really dig. I know that I loved the beat poets of like the 40s and 50s. I think that's like the right era, maybe, yeah, 40s, 50s, 60s, around that time. And even some other stuff, and I'm forgetting who his name was right now, but there was another poet that was like influential to me as well, because like Jim Morrison was influential to me at the time, but then, became a Christian. I was like, maybe that's not a good idea for me. Um, but I did go extreme with that. God made him too, and his work was actually really, really cool in a certain light. But then there is like other kind of musical approaches that you can be looking at as well. Artists that you really, really dig, and how they think about music, how they approach it. You can go extreme, you can go very simple, but no matter what you do, is have fun with it and remember that the marriage between poetry and music is a song. And if we're putting those things together, that's exactly what we're doing. And Lord willing, you'll have a lot of fun, and not make it too complicated, and not make it too overwhelming. Because at the end of the day, we want to get work done and have fun doing it and share it with other people so they can enjoy what that communication is as well. But hopefully this has been helpful to you. God bless you, and Lord willing, I will see you in the next lesson. Oh yes, the poet's name was William Blake, and I think that his work was The Doors of Perception. I think that's what it was, but anyway, and then, there was another author, William S. Burroughs. That author really, really blew my mind, and probably not in a good way, but it was formidable? No, it wasn't but it was formational for me. I don't think that's the right word, but anyway, that stuff really, really influenced me. And I think, yeah, whatever author, whatever writer, I know Hunter S. Thompson was another one for me. Whoever inspires you, whoever really makes you excited about writing, those are the people that you want to draw from. And just to talk briefly about that, remember that we are what we eat. And I know that is a strong assertion, but I think that you could see that universally. So whatever you're consuming, is you are going to be a product of that. And that's a beautiful thing, and something that we need to thank God for, because then there's always change, there's always stuff that's happening, and it's super exciting, poetically and musically. So just wanted to say that in passing, but yeah.